situation may seem. You gotta stretch your faith. You gotta keep it moving. You gotta keep on pressing through your obstacles. It doesn't matter what your situation is. It doesn't matter what your obstacles may be. You gotta stretch your faith.
Keep on moving. It doesn't matter what your situation may seem. You gotta stretch your faith. You gotta keep on moving. You gotta keep on pressing through your obstacles. It doesn't matter what your situation is. It doesn't matter what your obstacles may be. You gotta stretch your
doesn't matter what your situation may seem.
Welcome, everyone. It is your girl, your co-host, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Let me go ahead and change my screen up here a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Got a little glitch going on. But anyway, how was everyone weekend? Yes, and the week. Did you guys actually enjoy the new year of this month? We've been so conditioned on the old new year. When I mean old, I'm talking about the systematic, the matrix of new year. But the original new year, we just swung on by in this month. Did y'all not feel that there was a big shift, a big change? Again, thank y'all for everyone who's chiming on in. It's your girl, your co-host, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding your men. I am your psalmstress, your herbalist, your birthing doula, your encourager, and so much more. And your truth seeker, coming to you live with nothing but the truth, only but the truth. And if I'm wrong, please correct me, because we know we're not all perfect. We make mistakes, but we're going to chime on in for this little 10 or 15 minutes. And I'm not going to hold you up, because some of you guys, it is Thursday and tomorrow is Friday. For some of y'all who's on the East Coast, to my DMV family, whoop, whoop. We know some of y'all kids about to be on spring break. Yes, because our kids on this end is on spring break, and they are already excited. Like, they think we're going to take them somewhere and spend some money. So with that being said, chime on in, chime on in. Again, we're going to give our love and our condolence to those who had passed away in the month of March. Last week, I had to definitely be with family members and those that I knew that I went to school with. And one of my dear sisters, my babies, had passed and ascended with the divine and the ancestors. And it really hurt my heart. Yet again, the amazing things that this sister has done definitely made me proud of her. And I salute to her and many others who have ascended this month. Let's keep those in prayer, those who lost loved ones. And again, let's also give a shout out to all of those March newbies, the March babies. Yes, happy birthday, happy solar to all those born in the month of March. Yes, yes. I mean, as long as I know you guys were up there enjoying your month of March, celebrating, being safe, and not doing no crazy stuff like people are doing now these days. Yes, definitely enjoy. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Shoot out some hearts to your sister, because this takes a lot of time and a lot of work. Some people don't realize that, but it does. But I'm gonna go ahead. Let me set my screen up on this other end for those who are already on this side. I want to make sure that they can see me. Again, give those thumbs up, thumbs up. Shoot that love out to your sister. Shoot that love out to your sister while I'm up here sharing this link with everybody. Because this is a lot of work when you got to do what you do. Yes. And then I'm going to give y'all these quick updates. But let me actually get on this update, because this has been a talk for today, because people actually are feeling some kind of way about this one right here. And this is an article, and I want to share this with you guys on Marvin Sapp. Now, for most who do know who Marvin Sapp is, he is a very well pastor of a very well-known church. He's also a music gospel artist. He has done many albums, and I definitely can say, what he's done has made an impact, to those who need encouragement. And I'm never going to down anyone that does things on encouragement, but I just definitely had to share this, with you, what's been going on, because this has really been the talk of the day. And a lot of people are unaware of this. So let me get this up here so I can read this to y'all really quick. But the topic on that is that Marvin Sapp tells the church ushers to close the doors until the congregation coughs up. This is what the topic says now, the article of this person. This is from TMZ. To close the doors to the congregation until they cough up 40K on a video. Now, I know y'all been seeing some of the videos on TikTok, Instagram, and some on Facebook and other social media platforms speaking on this. And so for those, some of y'all would be like, hold up, that's why I don't go to church. Others would be like, well, we got to get back into the community. But the ones that say that don't go to church are going to want to know where that money is going. And me, as a person who still, attend congregations and is a part of the ministry, I can definitely speak on that, because I have questioned many times before of certain things. And again, nobody forces your hand. Nobody can force you. Always remember that. Yes, and for others who are true divine believers, they will be like, well, this is supposed to be given because, this is what the word of God said in the book of Malachi, and to put this back into the storehouse. That is correct. However, if you want to think back before the New Testament, people are still going back before that. And they believe the community to be in a way where it's just like a community. It should be circling back around. It shouldn't just be in one place. And then all you seeing it is going to one area in the community and not the whole thing. And I can speak on that because I personally had my own, situation years ago when we needed some help, and all the tithing that you do. And this is way before I became where I'm at amazing place where I'm at now today. But this was back then, way before I came across this church family. And I went for help, and they was just like, well, when we do this, we're not going to do it again. So don't expect it. And I'm like, whoa, all of the tithing that I've done, all of the, my time and putting into certain things, it actually woke me up and put me in a place of some deep awakening, because I was like, hold on, wait a minute, what? Isn't this the whole point? When you give and it's supposed to come back to you? As this word said, good measures, pressed down, shaken together, running over. And so with that being said, that has been the real talk of the town now, because people are feeling some kind of way about this situation here with Marvin Sapp, and how it is that he had the ushers to close the doors to have those to be able to turn around and donate $40K. Now that's a lot of money. I can say that's a lot of money. And I don't want to sit up here and talk bad about, him, because that's not right. That's not the right. But I will say this. Be careful. Be careful. Because if you're not careful when you're out here doing stuff like that, this is what pushes people away to all those who are part of the church and the ministries. I know and I get it, but be careful because you will push people away like this and they're not going to want to come back. They're not going to want to come back. And they're going to sit there and look at you as another money hungry congregation. So let me read this article real quick to you guys. As it stated, the gospel singer and bishop Marvin Sapp is under fire for his unorthodox way of, let me go back. Sorry about that, guys. His unorthodox way for asking the church members to donate because he's on video telling ushers to close the doors until a huge goal is met. The video resurfaced from his previous sermon at the Pentecostal Assembly of the World Annual Summer Convention and is going viral. Folks are taking issues to the fundraising style. Yeah, why wouldn't people take issues to that? Think about that. In other words, it also goes that the gospel music legend turned preacher tells the ushers to close the door until 1,000 worshipers. 1,000. This is what is on TMZ article. So for those who want to go follow TMZ. This was coming from their upload. Again, follow TMZ for that. So he's asking them 1,000 worshipers in the building to donate 20 each. Marvin then tells 1,000 of the folks watching live streams to pony up 20,000 as well. He says it's easy way to raise 40,000 for the church. He says as all pastors on stage need to cough up 100. Marvin takes out his bankroll and put his money where his mouth is. But the same folks say he put his foot in his mouth by telling people in the building to physically come up to the stage and show him their donation. Ooh. Now you can see why people would feel some kind of way. Think about that. Why would you say that? What if they didn't want to be seen? What if they didn't want for people to know that that's what they're doing, that they were up here donating? Sometimes we there are times when we tend to go a little too far with these situations. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people in the congregations have issues. And then you wonder why there's so many issues, in the churches and stuff like that. Because this actually gears and turns those away. The whole benefit of the church, the synagogue, the area, the worship area is to help those who are sick, help those who are in need, to build them up. But you have to allow them the free will to do that. The free will to do that. If you don't allow them the free will to do that, then guess what? You're causing more harm than good. And then they're going to look at it from a worldly perspective again, just another church trying to make money. That's how they seeing it. For real. That's how they seeing it. Think about it. Because that's how it was when I was thinking when I was growing up, There's some good water, guys. So if y'all ever in the area, y'all see this water, this company should sponsor me and make some money off of this water because it's some really good water. So anyway, but with that being said, again, that is not to put down the man who loves God and who's after his heart. That is just to show that sometimes people can also take things out of perspective than what it really seemed to be. But let's be mindful that at times it is what it is. And people already act funny with money. And the way the economy is going right now, they're not trying to hear all of that. It was already, you already made the announcement that, hey, let's donate $20 per person. 1,000 people. Okay, 20, you can do that. Okay, then you put your own pastoral on blast too. Get it. But then when you telling people to come up to do it and they being recognized and they feel ashamed, it pulls them back. Especially if they already battling with something within them and feeling a certain way about the church. Be careful with that. Be very careful, because we need the people to see that it's more to it than just that. And that's already what's out here. And this is not the way how God expects us to be. This is not the way that God is looking for us to be. He is looking for us to get out here and to make sure, as star seeds, as chosen ones, to help other star seeds and chosen ones to tap into their gifts and their abilities that they may be unaware of, that they need healing because trauma has came in and taken effect, and they don't know how to even come out of that situation. So in their mind, all we know is, let me go to the church, or the person that might have led them, or a word that was spoken, they might have heard on the radio and heard your church. I've had those that I met, and I just open my heart to them and just say, hey, I never force them. I just say, hey, we have a food drive, come. I don't even let them know that I'm a part of anything. This food drive, come. Because my duty is to help you. And as I'm helping you, it's helping me. And what I mean, how it's helping me, it's helping me spiritually to mature in areas that I may be falling short, that I'm working on, that I'm being tested, and vice versa. It's showing not just good leadership, but it's showing humility, good maturity. It all depends on the way how you're presenting yourself, and if you're actually walking in the way that you're talking. As they say, practice what you preach. So with that being said, yes, he put his Rolodex down too, but let's be careful, because we're going to see it on both sides. It could be that the people that videotape this took it offensively, and you might only get a snip click, and you already know how the adversary plays. The adversary likes to come in and stir up trouble. The adversary wants you to be like, hey, yeah, he just like all the rest of the bishops and the apostles, the pastors, all they worried about is money. This is what we gonna do. And then he puts that seed into that person, and guess what? Videotaping, showing. Because there's some places now they won't even let you even record. Yes, they have to sign. Yes, there are some places, some churches like that now, where they sign NDAs before when you coming in there. They're not gonna stop you, but if they find out anything and you go against it, hey, they can sue. They can sue. If they hire a good investigator and find out and search that server, they can sue. And that's how it is out here now these days, guys. So let's be mindful of what we are doing, and also keep him in prayer. Just as much as we keep in everyone else in prayer, let's keep each other in prayer. And for those who are in there, and it's just not in just the Christian kingdom. This is things going on. Shout out to brothers, sisters of the Muslim family, just getting ready to coming to the end of their Ramadan. And I salute to those who definitely going through their spiritual fast on both ends, because everybody was getting it in. I'm not going to, exclude myself, because I was there too and still am on that journey. And I definitely could tell you during the equinox was very powerful. For those who didn't feel that and those that don't believe it, I'm going to tell you there was a big shift. Since they felt it, all of the above. So let's keep that going, because April is right around the corner, guys, and it's about to go down. And everybody's getting ready for the holidays and everything else that's coming with it. So make sure that just because if some of y'all who just finished, coming off their fast, don't indulge so prematurely now. Because I see that happen a lot. Individuals indulging right after they just came out of their fast, and then they wonder why, they up here sick after a while. Nah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. But as I'm finishing reading the rest of here, it says he stated that cash is king, but Marvin says electronic payment works too. And he says anyone donated with their phones needs to prove they sent them money. The big issue here from most folks online is Marvin instructing the ushers to close the door, with going on so far as to claim he was holding people hostage. Police tells us they were not called. So this goes to show you that they had went real far out to investigate this situation. And so with that being said, this situation was very, 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 very deep investigated into, which is a good thing because maybe some people, needed to know what was up. Needed to know what was up. And so with that being said, I'm glad that they did a better investigation to find out a little bit more information and to also take the time for people so that they are aware of what's going on. But again, let's be mindful that here it takes a lot more than what we know, and this is just a part of the article, but for those who do follow TMZ, we know how TMZ do. So again, I'm not bashing them neither because they get out here and get us the news, and some of us up here we like to report it. But again, let's be mindful for that situation there. And I'm definitely for those who are on my Restream Live, I'm gonna go ahead and share this article to you so that you can go ahead and look this up. So definitely, you'd be amazed on this situation here. Trying to get that in there for y'all guys. So y'all can see. Let me see if I can get that in there. Type that in there for y'all. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Here you go. Article on there. So when others look it up, y'all be able to find it. All right. So let's go to our next article here. And also, before I go to the next article, let's get a shout out, rest in love and high divine to George Foreman, who passed away. That really hit home. Great to a great legend, George Foreman. And for those who actually brought the grill, how many of you guys still got the George Foreman grill? I know I do. How many of y'all still got that grill? That grill did some amazing cooking. You can do any and everything on that grill. To be honest with you, that grill saved me in my college days. I'm going to tell y'all now, I was cooking scrambled eggs. You're going to ask me and say, Cynthia, how in the world did you cook scrambled eggs on a George Foreman grill? I made it happen. Made it happen. George Foreman grill was the best invention at home when you couldn't grill outside. I'm going to repeat that again. George Foreman's grill was the best invention. When you couldn't grill outside, you can grill in your house. You can grill in your dorm if you was a college student. You can grill if you had a portable charger and from your vehicle, and let's say you decide to go to the park and still grill. That's how good his grill was. And you can cook any and everything on it. And yes, I cooked scrambled eggs on that grill. I did. And it was the best scrambled eggs ever in my sophomore year of college. So rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in divine, rest in high and rise to one of the greatest legends who done the amazing job with this George Foreman grill. Like, I mean, he was not just known for his grill, he was an amazing boxer. I mean, come on. A lot of people are unaware of a lot of things, but he was a great legend. So let's keep his love and his spirit alive. For those that don't know, also rest in divine love, Fred Jenkins from the Gap Band. Yes, I like the fact that they put an article out there for him too. Another great legend. On the 25th, it said, tonight we say goodbye to our guitarist Fred Jenkins, best known for his work as longtime member of the Gap Band. Jenkins played the driving guitar behind such great hits as Burn Rubber, You Dropped a Bomb on Me, yes, Party Train, yes. That group was an imperial time, as they say. And also, Jenkins was also known to be active in the production of Rick James during the 1980s, including his best albums by Mary Jane Girls over the years. Jenkins' proficiency, can't even get the word out of my mouth today, guys, leads to him becoming one of the go-to guitarists for artists like Tyrone Davis, Pebbles, Boyz Cement, Janet Jackson. He also toured with post Shaka Khan incarnation of Rufus. So he done a lot of amazing things. His name was not entirely familiar to millions of us. However, the work he has done mightily amazing. So let's keep him and his family in love. Again, for those who would like to check out this article, I'm going to put that on my podcast for stream as well. And for others who would like to follow, you can follow me on my YouTube under at Cynthia J22 at Cynthia J22. For those who on TikTok, you can find that in my bio. So when you see and you go up, you'll find the post in my comments. So yes. So rip to him, love, peace, and light to his family, divine healing, and so much more. Like so many people were passing away this month. On another breaking news, I know you guys, and we got to put this out there about the twins in Georgia who were found, I repeat, who were supposed to take their flight to Boston, but was found dead in the mountains in Georgia 24 hours later. It is said that they actually have found an update on who the murderess is. Yes, they found an update on that. And so, with that being said, again, let's keep that family in prayer. That is still under investigation as well. If anyone knows of any more updates pertaining to that, definitely share with me. You can, I normally don't try to go through my DMs because there are a lot of hackers and scammers. Just know that majority of the time I do receive people DM me. I don't like to respond to them because I do get people that always, say that they want help, but sometimes these are scammers who like to live off of other people's money and get good influencers, hemmed up in the scams. So with that being said, again, make sure that you email it. You can find my email information in my bio, or for those who are following me right now, I'm in a stream. I'm gonna go ahead and link that up. You're gonna see it flowing down at the bottom of the screen. Email me at cynthiaj.gospel@gmail, cynthiaj.gospel@gmail. You can find that information out. If you have any more updates pertaining to that situation with the twins. But that is a very sad thing to me. I was very hurt about that, to be honest with you. These young, handsome, beautiful young twins. I mean, handsome men, very, very handsome men. And it's a shame of what happened to them. Going off to college, getting ready for life, and then all of a sudden, bam, your life is just taken by somebody else that don't even want to see you go far, don't even, want to see you do anything, want you to obey them, and in that area, a lot of people don't know, in that area has a very heavy area of those who like to judge by, color. And with that being said, some people don't want to believe that, but they do. They really do. That area is very, very heavy out there, especially in the South in Georgia. I remember when I was living out there, the things that I experienced, the things that I've seen is whew, all I can tell you is it was some heavy stuff. And with that being said, the things that I experienced is one of the reasons why, I had to say, okay, it's time for me to come back to what I know for a while. I had to get out of that area. I had to come from out of that area because it was just too much foolishness. Like seriously, too much foolishness, too much crime, too many people doing some crazy things. A lot, and I'm saying this to y'all, a lot of undercover people that claim that they not against those of color, but they are. A lot of the R's out there, yeah. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. A lot of R's out there. And I'm definitely sharing that because, again, I experienced that myself. That's the only reason why I'm sharing that with y'all, because I experienced a lot of those issues myself with individuals who were like that. And they make it seem like they don't exist. They do. It's everywhere. So don't let nobody tell you that racism does not exist anymore. Yes, it does. These young boys, very handsome, about to do some great things in their life. They had more than just a dream. They had a vision. You can tell their mother is hurt, and it hurt me just watching it. And I didn't like it. And it made me feel some kind of way because I was like, are you kidding me? And as a guardian, as a parent, you don't want to feel like you have to constantly, you know, keep tabs on your children because of other people. Like, seriously, you have to constantly keep tabs on your children because of other people, and they're unpredictable. So with that being said, let's make sure we give the family our prayers out there. Let's make sure that we also, keep the family uplifted, especially the mom. I'm telling y'all, the mom, like, I'm still feeling it. I'm still feeling it. And all I can do is just say, let's keep the mom in prayer. Okay, guys? So, again, let's keep the mom in prayer. And let's go on to our next thing over here. So let your girl get it up for you. So bear with your girl, because I got a couple more things, and then I'm going to let y'all go for tonight, because Thursday feels like a Friday today. I don't know about y'all, but I want to jam. I want to hang out. I want to go have some fun with some friends, get up with some other sisters and brothers from other areas, and just mingle, and I mean mingle in a good way, not mingle in a no foolish way. And most people say, just get to hang out and to get to know some more brothers and sisters out there, shouting out some love, support them at their, vendors, events. And for those who got, businesses, definitely share your stuff. If you would like for your stuff to be promoted on the podcast and shared, definitely email me again at cynthiaj.gospel so that we can definitely do that, because it's so many brothers and sisters out here that have so many talents and gifts that people are unaware of. So if you have any type of business whatsoever, if you're a herbalist like your girl, a birthing doula like me, because that takes up a lot of time. You might have more time than I do. Any of those things, definitely hit your sister up. I can definitely put it out there and share it with you guys. But, definitely do that. Last but not least, is another article. This one was dealing with the situation and the update. That this one blew my mind on this one. For real, for real. This is pertaining to a nursing staff. So apparently, the criminal charges against Virginia nursing home staffers are being done. And this is happening more often in nursing homes and hospitals. So, again, for those who do not believe that these things happen, I'm not saying that there are not no good nurses out there. There are plenty of good nurses out there. There are some good nurses out there that are fighting for us because they see a lot of wrong being done to us and these facilities, especially to our parents. I kudos to my beautiful mother, who is a nurse herself, and the things that she always told me was that you'd be very amazed what you see out here once you start to get into that field. And that's not no joke, because there are some people that work for these companies and also work in the hospital, but sometimes you may not know all of the logistics. You can do so much background check on people that they may never had a record, or they found a way to fake their identity. Like, y'all heard about the situation that happened in California a while back. This woman working in the hospital, she made it seem like she had a license. This woman was doing stuff with people, and she ain't never even went to school to be a nurse. It's so many of these kind of things that's going out there. Or there's individuals in nursing homes, and it's short staff, because We know this occurs because the ratio with the staff in the nursing homes happens a lot, and there'll be more individuals than the staff, and they get overwhelmed. So they go through things too, especially if you're dealing with staff, clients that have Alzheimer's and things like that. So again, let's be mindful that this happens in all overall aspect of a lot of things. Who heard about the situation with the update of the two guardians that had took in the two black children that they were using them as slaves? They have been sentenced to about 100 and something days in prison. They have been charged. I will get up some more updates on that. I didn't do it any further because there was some changes made from my recollection what I came across, but I wanted to make sure I'll bring that one up. But the one that I do have, I can still read and share. This one is again pertaining to the couple. For those who didn't know, the white couple that adopted the two black kids and used them as slaves, again, they were sentenced. So I can give you this one that was said 3 days ago. The fate of the white West Virginia couple who were found guilty of abusing 5 adopted black children and forcing them to work as slaves on a farm has been revealed. This couple was actually charged on Wednesday. This is the white feathers, the wife and the husband, 63, was sentenced. Oh, they changed it. So they did. Sentenced to 215 years in prison for forced labor, human trafficking, child abuse, neglect, and violating children's civil rights, according to the video of the sentencing hearing. So they have been sentenced. And so, with that being said, the husband, who is 62, was found guilty out of 12 out of 16 counts, including human traffic, child abuse, forced labor, neglect, and he was sentenced to 160 years in prison. Y'all hear that? 160 years. Then it says that they brought these children to West Virginia to a place that they it was to them was like heaven, and then put them in a hell. This is what the judge of the circuit court has said. And this quote will not put you in yours. And may God have mercy on your soul, is what the judge has said to this couple. With that being said, this situation happened back in 2018, and they were living in Minnesota, and then they moved to Washington State, and then later to West Virginia. So this had been going on for a very long time. But when I'm glancing through, because right here it said the couple reported adopted the 5 children from a shelter for unhoused at risk in 2018. At that time, Jean and Donald were living in Minnesota, moved to Washington State, then later back to West Virginia in 2023. And then on October 2023, they were arrested after a neighbor called Child Protective Service. 14, 16 were locked up in a shed, and the other neighbors claimed that the children were forced to perform farm labor, etc., etc. So this goes to show that him and his wife have been sentenced very harsh, because here it states there was no running water, no portable toilets. They deprived them, especially with hygiene care and food, and they slept on a concrete floor and were locked up for 12 hours being found there. Another girl also was found in the house. So they had some in a farm area, shelter area, and then the other one in the house. From the clipping, they're showing that it looked like it had cameras in there from this clipping that I'm seeing. But anyway, this couple has been charged this past Wednesday. And so they have been sentenced to 200 something years in prison. Well, thank God, because no one should be living like that. And this is a conversation that needs to be talked about amongst families. And this is something that I had a conversation with our child about when you get older. Now, it's a little bit that will piggy off of this some, but this is something to all that need to know, especially in the Black American community. There are books out here. There are good apps that will tell you about sundown towns. And that will be another topic that I will actually get on a little bit longer next time on my next podcast. I can share that for those who are unaware of it and those who do know about it. But this is how reenactments start like this. And this is what I was telling our child. And this is why you don't get comfortable with everybody. You don't befriend everybody. You don't think that everybody is for you, because this kind of stuff do exist. And it's not saying that there are not some good families out there, of the other race that actually doesn't care. But again, it's a dangerous thing out here. And as we see on most, movies and different scenarios of, episodes that show us certain things, like I can't think of the name of that show. What was it called? Was it Atlanta? It was one where it was something similar to this, and we shared that with our daughter and had her to watch that episode, and she was shocked. So on the next time I'm going to talk about that. That will be another time to discuss and have a little bit more information on, and we all can chime in. And that will be a time that I actually will start letting people to come in and do more requests. And I would love to make a day where I would love to conversate more with everyone. So if y'all one day, DM me, if make sure it's you and not no scammy, or please just actually email me, cynthiaj.gospel@gmail.com. cynthiaj.gospel@gmail.com, where that we can find a day to just actually commune and talk live on TikTok, and it will connect to a stream, and us just having this time where we can let people know of the do's and the don'ts when traveling, especially if you're Black American. And even if you're not Black American and you know the areas to give us warnings about, that would be great, because I'm not saying that we don't have, some allies out there. Our allies is very small and we still got to be careful. But places to be and places not to be for the safety, and to teach our children this, so that when they travel, who they're around, or what, when and where and how, we all be aware of what things are going out there. So with that being said, thank you guys for chiming in tonight on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. If you're looking for a birthing doula, as y'all see, Healing Hearts Telemate Doula right in the DMV area is right for you. Definitely hit us up. You can find that information in my bio for those who follow me on TikTok, and right in below those who are on my Facebook, Instagram, we stream live. Definitely hit us up. We do postpartum and we do the birthing. So definitely take the time to reach out to us. We do go over things very thoroughly with you. And we come from a loving place, a place of love, a place of support. Even if you lost your treasure, meaning lost a child during birth, we are there to still help you and to comfort you in your time of need. Because sometimes people don't think that as women that we just are strong, we just to take anything. But to the women, it's hard. Postpartum kicks in. Depression is for real. And even to the men, they battle too. So don't think that you're alone. So this could be a family thing when we would sit down and talk with you, give you some guidance, share with you and tell you and show you where to go and how to go about it, so that you won't feel that you are alone, because we've been there. I've been there. I've been there. I've lost one of my treasures more than once, and I definitely can tell you it was a very struggling battle for me. Yet again, it was the divine God within me that said, "Hey, I showed you what I can do. Now, let me show you what I can do greater." And look where he has me now. He has me talking with you guys, always sharing, updating with you, sending out love, retrieving love back from you, from your support. So again, if you have gone through any of those, definitely hit us up. Don't be shy. Our information is in the bio for those who don't know you. If you're looking again and you're in the DMV area, Healing Hearts Telemate Doula, you can reach out to us and call us at 703. Y'all got your pens and paper? 703-347-3240. 703-347-3240. We're right in the DMV area. So don't be shy. Reach out to us. We are here for you. And if you're looking for some CMOS, you definitely can hit your sister up. You can find me at 571-771-4737. 571-771-4337. If you're looking for some CMOS herbs. If you can't get it from me, I can definitely recommend other areas where you add that you want to feel comfortable and knowing that their stuff is for real. So with that being said, I know there's a lot that's out there marketing and different versions of sea moss. Yes, there are different versions. There are different colors, but the ones that are the same color that you definitely got to be careful with a lot of salt that's in there is the ones you don't want. So with that being said, reach out to me if you need any assistance, and your sister is here. Again, I am Cynthia J on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. So we getting ready to shown on out right here on the podcast show. Thank y'all on my rest stream for sharing the love, always being supportive. You guys rock. Even to my family and friends on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Thank y'all for always. Yes, thank you for the hearts, love. I appreciate it. Go ahead and share it. It just a little bit is all it takes. It don't take much, just a little bit. So I thank y'all. Love y'all. Peace and blessings. Stay blessed to all those. Later on TikTok. Bye. To my fellows on Restream Live, thank y'all for always supporting. I'm going to go ahead and get y'all ready for the night with some great entertainment. Closing us out. You guys are the best. Thank you for always supporting. Thank you for being there. Thank you for showing lots and lots of love. And stay blessed. Stay peaceful. Don't lose who you are. Always stay focused. Again, make sure y'all follow us on Healing Hearts Tailor-Made Doula. Y'all see that Healing Hearts Tailor-Made Doula? Make sure y'all go out and support Healing Hearts Tailor-Made Doula because we got many things that people don't know about. Peace and love. Flourish Essence.